Hello, and welcome to this X2 CRM video tutorial. My name is Tom Carroll, and in this video, I'm going to show you all the features and capabilities of the module Grid View within X2. When you access a module within X2, no matter what module you're in, the first screen you're presented with is the Grid View. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and work with the Contact module and show you again all the features and capabilities that the Grid View provides. Notice that what the Grid View actually shows are all the records within this module. Again, this is the Contact module, and notice in my system here, I have 1,148 contacts. Over on the left-hand side are different actions I can do while in this particular screen, in this Grid View. In here, I could go ahead and create lists from these records. I can go ahead and create a detail record, create a contact. I can import contacts, export contacts, quick create, and get access to help. But I want to concentrate on how to work within this Grid View to maximize your capabilities in getting at the information you need. The way the Grid View is structured is that each user can choose what fields that they want displayed in this view. You have a checkbox available, and those that are checked will show up as columns within this Grid View. So for instance, maybe I want to add a company to this view. I can simply click company, and notice it shows up here as the last column. And then I can reorganize. I can drag and drop wherever I want that column to show up. And of course, I can switch columns, any existing columns also. So the user has control of what they want to see within this. And once you've made that change, even if you leave this view and come back, it will stay the same. It will stay persistent. Now, each of the columns could be sorted ascending, descending by simply clicking on the name of the column, and that will sort the column in the way that you want to. And then most importantly, this row beneath those column names is a filter or search row. So for instance, let's say I'm looking for somebody by the name of Tim, but I don't remember anything else about him, but I want to search for Tim. So I type in Tim, and notice how the system will pull up any name that has TIM in the name, even if it's not a first name. And there's one, Timothy Reed, and maybe that's who I want. If so, I can click down and see the detail information about that record. If I want to clear the screen and get back to everything, this little funnel icon is a clear filter screen. So I simply do that, and I'm back to my initial view with all of my contacts. Now I can put together these searches. For instance, maybe I want to look at all the lead sources that are from Google. But now in addition to that, I want to look at the statuses that have been assigned. So it puts those two searches together, and now I have 57 records that meet those two criteria of Google as a source and assigned as a lead status. And I could continue on. Maybe I want to look in a particular city. Maybe I want to look at when last activity. But anything you want, you can go and put those different filters together. And again, I'm going to clear that record. Now, another very powerful capability of this screen is the ability to do mass actions. So let's say I'm going to choose several records, and I want to do specific things to this group of records. Notice once I chose records, this More button opens up. And I have several things that I can do to these records, these 4 records that I chose. I could add actions to them. This would be that I want to set up maybe a call in the future to them, where I can put in the information, a due date. I can even assign it to somebody else if I want to, and go ahead and add. And it will put that action on all of those different records. Same type of thing, I can add a note. This is the same thing as if you're in the detail record and putting a comment on the specific record. And it will record that note on all 4 of those records. So a few other things we could do, we can add relationships where it will connect those records to other entities and other modules. You can add to lists. You can execute a macro. This has to do with workflows and will be covered in future tutorials. You could log calls, you could log time, you can merge them together. If for some reason you had duplicates that got in, you can merge them together. You could also add to a list, and this is another powerful one. So let's use this as an example. I'm going to add it to the list of, call it demo. And if I go ahead and do create, it's going to take those 4, put it on the list. Now, if I go to the lists, it will show up, and I can now take that list and create a campaign, an email campaign to send out a bulk email to. And then one other, I can remove tags from these, and also I can update fields. So for instance, let's say instead of a lead source, instead of Google, those were a mistake, and we actually got those in through Facebook. So I can go and do an update, and notice it updated those records automatically and very quickly. Now, I can also do, these are choosing individual ones. If I click on the box up above, it's going to choose the whole screen. In this case, we've stated 20 rows to show, but notice it says all 20 contacts have been selected. Click here if you want to select all contacts and all pages. So let's say for some reason I want to update all 1,148 records. I would click on that, do the action that I want, and it will update everything. In this case, I'm just going to turn that off. That gives you hopefully a good start in beginning to work with the grid view within X2. This is a very powerful concept. And remember what I stated up front is that each module that you're in, you start with the grid view. If I go to accounts and go to all accounts, notice it's the grid view. If I go to opportunities, it's the grid view. So once you learn your way around how to operate within this grid view, you'll find navigating within X2 very easy and get to the information you need right away. I hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial and will join us again on future ones. Thank you very much.